What is going on, guys? It's Dealer here, back again. Had a fantastic weekend. Got back, played some Red Dead 2. Oh man, the game is just absolutely phenomenal. And you know what else is phenomenal? Microsoft's cloud-specific advantage for their upcoming xCloud game streaming service. Well, Microsoft's forward-thinking CEO has a few words as to why they will have the dominant streaming service, the network-specific optimizations that give them the advantage over their competitors, and more. Also, if you missed my last video about Xbox 2 VR and some interesting patents out there in the industry, check that out. I know it's VR and all that crap, and I know most of you don't care, but hey, if you rock out with me, give that video a watch, let me know what you think, and let's get into the subject at hand. So, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella is so supremely confident in Microsoft's upcoming xCloud game streaming service that he is actually speaking to investors as to why xCloud should outclass or at least outperform their main competitors in cloud gaming. Not only that, but they're actually talking about this publicly now. They're going into detail on how this will work, how much data it's going to consume for you to use the service, and how exactly you are going to acquire the service in the first place. Transparency is always a good thing with these massive companies. Speaking of transparency, he says the advantage we have with streaming is that we have a massive cloud advantage. We're going to bring, obviously, what we're doing with Azure and Azure networking all to bear in ensuring that Xbox and xCloud is one of the best workloads for it. He's essentially saying, hey, you know Azure, one of the most advanced and most competent cloud networks on the entire planet? We are essentially brute forcing xCloud and Xbox game streaming to be a very competitive, if not the best, cloud service for gaming there is. Now, this is great and really interesting for those who have personally DM'd me asking why xCloud is going to be any different from something like PlayStation Now. Keep in mind, there are only a few companies in the world that have global networks capable of powering cloud gaming the right way. That would be someone like Microsoft, Google, Amazon, companies like that, some of the biggest companies in the world. Now, the reason that it's important to have such a massive and complex infrastructure when it comes to cloud compute for streaming your games is because latency is one of the largest issues when it comes to this type of gaming. You can't have a server rack, say in Houston, streaming games to somebody in Germany. The latency, the amount of time it would take for the signal to go back and forth across the planet is just too long. You need servers that are local to your client, and Azure has server locations all over the world. In well over 100 territories, you have an Azure network local to customers, ready and waiting to stream games to their clients. That, combined with the latest and greatest hardware and software for game streaming, is what should make xCloud among the best, if not the best, for game streaming. Now, we know Google's streaming service is actually pretty amazing. From what we are hearing, ultra low latency. Wired Magazine reported on xCloud they've had some hands-on time, saying that latency was imperceptible. They played it, they've tried it, they said they could not feel any lag whatsoever. Now, of course, we do not know if these were controlled environments. We do not know the circumstances of these tests, but we do know that Google Stream has a beta where plenty of people have reported the same thing. Cloud streaming has come a long way since OnLive tried it over 10 years ago. And of course, it's still come a long way since Sony's done it with Gaikai. Credit due to Sony for trying this, but ultimately you need a lot of money to pull this off correctly, and that's where these mega corporations come in. They say they are trying to hit well over 1 billion gamers with a B, and with cloud streaming, this is actually possible, being available in areas where Xbox One isn't even for sale. So like I said, this field is relegated mainly to these massive companies with global server infrastructure. You can't have mom and pop shops opening up cloud competitors, it's impossible. Microsoft have put billions into this infrastructure alone. This is just one branch of their company that anybody from Ubisoft to that mom and pop shop down the street may use. Anything from dedicated servers for games all the way up to file transfer services. These servers do a lot, and Microsoft are looking to put a lot of that workload behind xCloud and Xbox Live. Also, I know there is definitely a branch of people out there that are concerned that this will overtake traditional console gaming. And so far, from what Microsoft, Sony, all of them are saying is that traditional consoles are the flagship. They will put most of their effort there into the local device. We are just not there yet when it comes to infrastructure, data caps, and more. If you think about it, it never benefits a company to remove options from a customer. You are only going to lose people if you go cloud only or vice versa. I think to offer a wide variety of options to access the same product is the smartest way to go, and the largest incentive to keep traditional consoles around, as Microsoft has already stated. They plan on their next generation box, due 2020, to be the fastest among the group. And from what I'm hearing, my crazy theory that there will be 2 physical Xbox One consoles with the same exact CPU but different GPUs could be the case in 2020, meaning you've got 2 Xbox Scarletts, both with Ryzen Core APUs, one around 6 or 7 teraflops, one around 10 to 12 or so. Obviously different price points, but on the lower end they'll be able to come in cheaper than Sony. On the higher end, they'll be able to claim the performance benchmark. I will link that video down where I predicted this in June below in the description. Hey, it may not happen, it may, but I'm hearing more stuff about this. It's insane. So let me know what you guys think down below. Hope you enjoyed the Forza Horizon 4 Xbox One X gameplay, a mix between native 4K and 60 frames per second. Pick your poison. And of course, like I said, check out the links down below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Really appreciate it. Maybe share this with a buddy or two. And if you're new, subscribe. I'm Dealer. I'm out.